Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model. Today you're going to be reviewing a Gemini Jet's British Airways Concorde SST, which stands for Supersonic Transport in a 1/200 scale model. This is a model I've been waiting on for quite some time, along with you other collectors out there. I purchased this model from Troy's Toys, based out of Overland Park, Kansas. His website is www.troystoysinc.com. At the time of this video posting, he only had one left. There's other retailers such as Airline Museum, Easy Toys, Waffle Collectors, and other retailers on eBay that have this model still available. You probably want to snatch it up while they still available, because this is going to sell out eventually. But let me give you some information about British Airways. British Airways Group was established on September 1st, 1972. Then fast forward to March 31st, 1974. That's when British Airways became established as an airline and commenced operations by the dissolution of BOAC, which stands for British Overseas Airways Corporation, and BEA, which stands for British European Airways. The headquarters of British Airways is located in the Waterside building in Hour-Morethan, London, which is a village located in the borough of Hillingdon, located northwest of Heathrow Airport, while the airline's main base of operations is located at London-Heathrow Airport, which is located approximately 14 miles west of central London, and also has a major presence at Gatwick Airport, which is located approximately 30 miles south of central London. British Airways is the national flag carrier airline of the United Kingdom based on fleet size and based on the number of passengers carried. It is the second largest carrier in the United Kingdom after EasyJet. And currently, as of 2016, British Airways maintains a 4-star rating according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine. Alright folks, this is the box you're staring at, folks. Here's the Gemini 200 logo title. There's the British Airways title, the British Airways ribbon logo. I'll get into that in a minute. There's the aircraft type, and the model information below the box. And folks, this is the back of the box. You see the Gemini 200 title at the top, and then there's all that other information right there. 2016 model that this just came out. And then there's the Facebook deal as well. If you're a collector and on Facebook, which I believe many of you are, if you don't have Gemini Jets, JC Wings, in-flight, or Phoenix models as a like, you probably want to put them as a like, because they always inform customers and collectors like myself that inform that what's coming down the pike in future releases. As you see here, this is the top of the box. You see here the Gemini 200 logo title. There's other information. It's adult collectible model, which means this is only for those 14 years and above. And this is the bottom of the box, the Gemini Jets 200 title logo, and there's the other information and all that you see there. Okay? Okay, folks. This is the left side of the box. See the Gemini 200 logo title, the type of scale information, the aircraft type, and the model information. And finally, this the right side of the box. Same information as the left side of the box, okay? Okay, you're looking at the front of the box again. On this model and certain 777s and 787 models, they have a flap there that gives you the information about this aircraft. So I'm going to open that right there. Okay, you can pause that and look at it if you like. That's the information there about the Concorde and how that came about. Alright, now I'm going to let you see. This is the model that's inside the box. You see the gear replacements, the model, and the model stand. I'm going to take this out of the box and let you see a better view of it, okay? I'm going to flip this back here. Okay, folks. Now if I took the model box out of the box, you see the partial plastic and the partial foam. I'm going to take the pop plastic off here, let you see it, get it off here. Okay, there we go. Okay, now you got a better view of this model, okay? There's the gear replacements, the model stand, and the model itself, okay? And there you stand at the model stand that came with the model and everything. And then that black thing on the model stand where you put your models at, that is the pad that prevents the model from being scratched up or damaged, what have you. So if you put it on there, you ain't got to worry about your model being scratched up. Alright? Alright folks, and what you're looking at there are the gear replacements. I'll go into more details on that later on in the model, okay? Okay, folks, with all that information about British Airways and how that airline came to existence, the boxing, the model and all that stuff, the model stand and the gear replacements, all the information on this box, here is the model out of the packaging plastic mold, folks. There it is, folks. The Gemini Jet's British Airways Concorde SST Supersonic Transport in a 1/200 scale model. It is finally here, folks, and it's a beauty too. Okay, let me give you some information about their livery and how that came about. On June 10, 1997, British Airways unveiled a new identity with a new livery that has become known as the Union Jack livery. This livery was developed and created by the British design consultant agency firm Newell and Sorrell. Now, let me give you some information about British Airways Concorde SST Supersonic Transport information. British Airways was one of two carriers. Air France was the other to operate the supersonic Aerospatiale BAC Concorde, receiving their first Concorde bearing the registration number G-BOAA on January 14, 1976. And the world's first supersonic passenger service flew 1 week later on January 21st, 1976, with the first inaugural flight from London-Heathrow to Bahrain. Services to the U.S. began on May 24th, 1976, with the flight from London-Heathrow to Washington Dulles, and flights to New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport soon followed on September 22nd, 1977. However, following the Air France Concorde crash, which occurred on July 25, 2000 in Paris, France, along with the slump in air travel following the September 11, 2001 attacks in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania, respectively, British Airways decided to cease Concorde operations in 2003 after 27 years of service. The final commercial Concorde flight was British Airways Flight BA-002 from New York-JFK to London-Heathrow on October 24, 2003. The British Airways Concorde made just under 50,000 flights and flew more than 2.5 million passengers supersonically, with a takeoff speed of 250 miles per hour and a cruising speed of 1,350 miles per hour, more than twice the speed of sound. A typical London to New York crossing would take a little less than 3.5 hours, as opposed to about 8 hours for a subsonic flight. Concorde's fastest transatlantic crossing took place on February 7, 1996, when it completed the New York to London flight, which clocked in at 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 59 seconds. The British Airways fleet of 7 Concorde aircraft has since been dispersed for preservation at Barbados, registration number G-BOAE, Edinburgh, Scotland, registration number G-BOAA, Filton, Bristol, England, registration number G-BOAF, Manchester, England, registration number G-BOAC, the one you're looking at here, New York, registration number G-BOAD, and Seattle, Washington, registration number G-BOAG, with one additional Concorde bearing the registration number G-BOAB remains at Heathrow Airport. So with that information out of the way, let's get down to the details on this aircraft, shall we? Alright, we're going to start at the port side of this aircraft, the left side. We're going to start here with this antenna here. It's called the Pitot Antenna. That's a Pitot Antenna right there. And then this big deal right here, according to this Pitot Antenna there, sorry folks, it's called the nose cone. This nose cone, this distinctive feature on some of the supersonic aircraft such as the Concorde and the Tupolev Tu-144 is actually called a droop nose. And when these aircraft were in service, the pilot will lower the nose cone to improve visibility of the runway and taxiway. When in flight, the nose would be raised. The Concorde also had a moving visor that would slide into and out of the nose. That's the visor right there, folks, alright? The nose can be drooped to one of two positions. 5 degrees for taxiing and takeoff, right here. And then the fully drooped 12.5 degree position used during landing, so the pilots can see the approaching runway in its entirety. There it is, the whole 12.5 degrees. You see there, folks. Okay, I'm gonna raise this back up. That's what it is when it's in flight mode, okay, folks? All right. The Concorde droop nose was designed and manufactured under subcontract by Marshall Aerospace, whose headquarters is located in Cambridge, England. Okay, now this right here, you see there, that's called the Pitot head, or the ice detector head. It's one of those. So if anybody knows actually what it is, it's one of those two. Please post it down in the comment section, please. And then we come right here by the first door, the L1 door, the British Airways ribbon logo right here first, folks. The British Airways ribbon logo was designed by Noel and Sorrell in 1997, which symbolizes a distant echo of the speedbird symbol first used by Imperial Airways in 1932, and then by BOAC, British Overseas Airways Corporation. And then now we get over here by the L1 door. You see that little dot right there? I ain't gonna bring it too close to the blur the vision. That's the One World logo. And British Airways joined the One World Alliance as one of the founding members on February 1st, 1999, which consists of 15 airline members from 5 inhabited continents, which includes American Airlines, Cathay Pacific, Qantas, Qatar Airways, Japan Airlines, Finnair, LATAM Airlines, and some other heavy hitters as well. And then you come right here, the British Airways title right there. You see there? There's the inboard landing light on these wings here. And then there's the nose gear door right there, and the realistic gears right there. Very realistic there, folks, okay? And then we're going to bring it over to the wings, folks. Okay, the wings right there, along with the navigation light right here. Let me give you some information about these wings. These some unique ones too. These wings are called the Delta wings, the Argyval Delta wings. And when the Supersonic Transport SST was developed, these wings were chosen for this particular aircraft. And the purpose of these wings is that the rearward sweep angle lowers the airspeed normal to the leading edge of the wing, thereby allowing the aircraft to fly at high subsonic, transonic, or supersonic speeds, while the overwing speed of the lifting air is kept to less than the speed of sound. This allows both improved maneuverability and lower stalling speeds on this aircraft. You see that? Now I'm going to show you these wings at a different angle, okay? Those are the wings at a different angle, okay? Alright, there you have it. Okay, now you're looking at the gears here with the brakes on there and everything, the realistic gears there. And then these engines you see here, folks, these are the Rolls-Royce Olympus 593-610 engines that British Airways used on this particular aircraft, the Concorde SST Supersonic Transport. Alright, those are side angles and what have you right there. Now I'm going to let you see the front angles of these engines. Here it is. Alright, the front angle of these engines right here. No fan blades there, folks. That's just the way it's designed. Okay, that's the front of them. Alright. Okay, now you're looking at the back of these engines. Now here's the reverse thrusters. Now I'm going to show you some instructions on these before I go into detail about the reverse thrusters. Okay, hold on. Alright, this is the model right there. And these reverse thrusters, be gentle with these, folks. You know, they're very delicate, and there's the information right there. If you try to fully use them with your hand, they will break. So I'm going to show you details on that right now. Okay, here they are right here. See how they come down? Alright. Now I'm going to take them back up. There. Got to be real careful about these, folks. Now I'm going to show you the other side of those engines as well, okay? Okay, and same thing on these engines over here. You got to be real careful, folks, okay? See the reverse thrusters right there? How they down? Now you get them back up. You use a little pin or a toothpick to do that. Okay, there you have it, okay? Alright, now you're looking at the rear of the aircraft from the rear view angle, okay? I still got some more stuff on the port side, the rear aircraft getting to as far as the registration number, okay? Alright, now we're at the rear of the aircraft, folks, okay? The registration number right here, G-BOAC. Registration number G-BOAC. This was the second Concorde to enter British Airways fleet And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on February 27, 1975, and was delivered to British Airways on February 13, 1976. This aircraft, however, has since been currently preserved and stored up at Aviation Viewing Park, which is located in Manchester, England. Okay. Okay, now we're at the back of the aircraft. Is the tail. You see here the Union Jack livery here on the tail. Since its formation in 1974, British Airways sported a Union Jack scheme painted on their tail fin until 1984, when it was changed to the Landor livery and was changed back to the Union Jack livery in 1999. The livery on the tail resembles a section of the British Union flag. Okay, and these sections right here, this little hump right there, as well as on the other side, these are called rudder hydraulic actuators. It is actually a hydraulic motor which directly converts hydraulic pressure into mechanical action to move the rudder of the tail. And then this little section right up here, you see there, is called the VOR Aerial Antenna. These antennas are called VOR, which stands for Very High Frequency Omnidirectional Radio Range Antennas, which is a type of short-range radio navigation system for aircraft, enabling the aircraft with a receiving unit to determine their position and stay on course by receiving radio signals transmitted by a network of fixed ground beacons. The VOR is the standard air navigation system in the world, used by both commercial and general aviation. Alright? And then this little special gear right there, you see there, folks? This particular gear is called the tail bumper landing gear. And the retractable tail bumper gear was designed to protect the rear of the Concorde during takeoff and landing, since it needed a high angle of attack to optimize lift from its delta wings. And then you see that right there, that's the navigation light right there, the navigation beacon light right there as well. Okay? Okay, folks, we're on the starboard side of this aircraft. You see the droop nose cone right there. There's the visor right there. The cockpit windows right there. The British Airways ribbon logo, the British Airways title, the anti-collision beacon light, the realistic gears along with the gear door, the partial registration number, AC, and the big Delta wings right there, and the Rolls-Royce Olympus 593-6 engines right there, along with the green navigation light right there as well. Now we're at the rear engine of the aircraft right here. You see the reverse thrust on the back of these engines there, and then that's the cargo hold door where they put all the luggage and cargo and all that stuff back there, unload about 2.5 tons. That's it. All right, so that's the cargo hold door right there. There's a registration number, the Union Jack flag, the VOR antenna, and the little rudder deal right there, and the Union Jack livery on the tail as well, along with the gear right there. Okay. Alright, folks, before I show you the aerial top view and the bird's eye undercarriage view of this aircraft, I was going to roll this model, but the gears do not roll on these models. If you roll it, the gears will fall off, but they do tilt, so I'll show you that. It do tilt somewhat. Okay, so with that said, here we go. Okay, we're going to start at the top of the angle. You see the pitted antenna there, the droop nose cone right there, the visor, the pitted head right there besides on both sides of the aircraft, the cockpit windows. There's the antenna and escape hatch door right there. And then those the ADF antennas right there. And then there's another escape hatch door right there by the wing. Okay, alright. And these the Delta wings I showed you earlier, featuring the Rolls-Royce Olympics 593-6 engines right there from the top angle. Same on this side as well. Okay. Now we're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft. See the nose cone in its entirety. The pitted head right there. The realistic gears right there. They are retractable. I'll show you that in a moment. The slaps, the flap slats, and the ailerons right there. The gears. The Rolls-Royce Olympus 593-610 engine from the underneath angle. The Gemini jets title. The hole where the stand goes in at. And then there's the gear, the little special gear to protect the back of the Concorde from scraping the ground. Same over here, folks. The gear's right there. The view of the Rolls-Royce Olympus 593 610 engine there. And then there's the Delta wing right there, folks. Alright, now I showed you the bird's eye top view of this aircraft and the undercarriage view of this aircraft. Now I'm going to put it on that stand that I showed you earlier, okay? So here it is. Okay, there it is. Voila. There it is, the British Airways Concorde SST Supersonic transport on the stand with the gears included. Alright, there it is on the port side. Now I'm going to show you the front side of this aircraft, okay? There it is in the front angle, folks. See the nice little engines there, the Rolls-Royce Olympus 593 610 engine on both sides, the gears, see the visors on this model and everything, the whole works, okay? Now you're looking at the starboard side, the right side of the aircraft. You see the whole airport in its entirety right there. Okay. Landing takeoff mode right there. All the gears in effect right there, okay? And finally, the tail cam angle of this aircraft. Boy, it's a beauty, ain't it? Woo. Okay. Okay, before I take this model to stand, now I'm going to show you the purpose of these gear replacements, okay, as I take these off right now. Okay. Yeah. There. Okay. Oh shoot. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. The visor fell off there, so I had to pause that to put the visor back on there. Now you see the model without the gear, but I'm gonna show you at a better angle. Okay, coming up. There it is, folks. The model without the gears in in-flight mode, as you can see there. Okay. Now, here are the purpose for these gear replacements, as you see here. All right. There they are, right there. Now you got a choice after you seeing this. You can choose to leave them the gears up or gears down. The gears down with the gears on, and the gears up without the gears, and that's where the gear replacement come in at. I'll choose to leave mine on there to add more value to the model. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on here and take this model to stand and go ahead and wrap up this video review. Okay. Now the seating configuration on this aircraft. The British Airways Concorde SST Supersonic transport seated 100 passengers in a one-class cabin configured layout. Here's the breakdown, folks. There's one configuration. Rows 1 to 26, that would be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You had 100 supersonic class seats. That's pretty much first or business class, more like first class pretty much. All right. Total 100 seats. And finally, British Airways formerly utilized the Concorde SST Supersonic transport on routes from London-Heathrow to destinations such as Bridgetown, Barbados, Bahrain, Washington Dulles, New York-JFK, Miami via Washington Dulles, Singapore via Bahrain, that was wet leased through Singapore Airlines, Dallas-Fort Worth via Washington Dulles, which was wet leased through Brand Airlines, and Toronto on a seasonal basis. Those were the routes. If there was any more routes, please send that information as well. I would like to know, okay? Well, folks, this is all I have for this model review. Please rate and subscribe and leave your comments and suggestions. And I don't know if you got this model yet or you plan on getting it. I highly recommend you get this model because it's going to sell out eventually because a lot of people have been waiting on this model for quite some time. All right? So with that said, take care. God bless. There's more coming, folks. Stay tuned.